So we got the bike back from the insurance. I made a little video when I was doing a few little repairs, but I lost the footage because I changed phones and it all got deleted and never mind. But I'll run you through a few bits what I've done since I got it back just to make it roadworthy. Here we come. So, first of all was the Speedo. The Speedo was smashed to pieces, wasn't it? So someone donated to me a non-working Speedo so I could rub the casing off it, swap the casing over. I keep it on just to keep it dry and when it rains, because the reason his one didn't work was water leaks through here and it soaks the circuit board, and so I thought, well, just put a little footy cover on there, keep it going. I did glue all him together, so I glued it, used a bit of soldering iron, but the button's almost impossible to press. The mirror, bent it back to shape, just literally put a bar on it, bent it. Same goes for this hanger on here. The bracket behind here was bent out of shape, so I just bent it back. Still sitting a bit far up because this I think is out of shape, so I need to replace this, but another day. The steering was all bent, all the forks had misaligned, but I followed a guide from YouTube myself, and literally it was a case of just loosen everything up except for don't loosen these top ones off, just loosen everything else off and that centre nut, and then bounce on it a few times and it straightens itself out. Tighten it all back up, put it in order. I'll put a link to that video in there, show you which one I used. It works, done the job. But that was that. What else have I done to get it roadworthy? Oh yeah, and the brake pedal. So the brake pedal just bent into shape, so I will replace it because obviously this metal will be a bit more fatigued, so one day I'm going to go to stamp on that brake and it's just going to fall off. Oh, and the exhaust. I swapped the exhaust over for the other one and literally just turned the hanger around the other way so the scratched up side's the other side, but spare exhaust, bit short, bit loud, but it's on there, it doesn't look nasty. That's pretty much it really, all the other little bits damaged there. So today we have replacement kill switch, got off eBay, so that's nice and working. The front indicator, because the front indicator is all focus. Front indicator smashed, so we're going to replace the front indicator. Not worried about this yet because it's almost impossible to find a green headlight, but I'll get one eventually. And the other thing to do today is fuel tank. It's not perfect. Camera's not really going to pick it up along here. If you look under Lexmoto, you can see the colour change. So it's had a repaint, whatever else, but it hasn't got this massive crater in it. So we're going to swap the tank over as well, which means I've got to take the speakers off, the MP3 player's got to come off, seat, a few bolts, and I've got to swap over the fuel tap because it's a bare tank, so I've got to change the fuel tap, and the fuel level sensor as well has got to be swapped over. So without further ado, let's get cracking on that little lot. So I'll wait for the fuel tank to drain. Just going to swap over the switch first because it's the easiest bit to do. Screwdriver. So I'm glad he gave me the other screws with it, because I don't know if you'll be able to see or work out how bent that is, because that is proper out of shape, so when I screw it in it's wobble. But alright, let's get it fitted. sure they're the same. Can you rattle? No rattle. Little rattle. That'll do. Who's that? Fuel tank's fully drained by now, surely. It's been here for a while. Look at the spare hose like laying around. What's the job? Alright. So here's my old kill switch. You can see I sort of just run plenty of super glue around the inside of it and use a soldering iron just to melt the top a bit and keep it a bit tight. But got it back on the road for free because so far, before buying the fuel tank and things, it was so far free to get it back on the road. The guy donated those clocks to me, wouldn't even take any money for postage, and now just a case of these little bits of just an indicator because it was cracked. I mean, this was working. There was no real reason to replace it apart from the fact that I'm just worried it's going to fall apart on the road. Now it just starts splitting apart again, lose connection, bike cut out, and I've got no way of getting it back running. So yeah, I just got it replaced anyway. But, right, should we do the fuel tank now? Still some fuel here, but that don't matter. Right. Oh my gosh. Crap on there. It's awful, isn't it? Think about ditching it for an inline filter anyway. I've got a couple laying around. Yeah. Maybe. In the meantime, we've got to try and clean that. No point worry about putting it somewhere clean. going to try and wash some of this off in some petrol that's not going back in this. I'll be honest, I'm going to pour it in the car. Yeah, all cleaned up. Don't it look pretty? Back on that. That petrol's going in the car because the other day I was riding home from work and a light comes up on the dash, so I ignored it. Next thing I know, the bike broke down. So, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have ignored the petrol light. So a quick call to the other half, comes out, graciously brings me a can of petrol, but then it's just, that's whatever was in the pump, whereas the bike really needs E10, can't run on E10, needs E5, so, and that's 10, so on a cold day that's going to refuse to start for me and be a right pain. There's no point in me putting that back in. I'll just throw that in the car, plus it's dirty. You saw how much crap was on there, so I might as well just throw it in the car, get the car burner off. I'll go get some nice Tesco 99, throw it in there. Right, let's put it back on. There you go then. There we go. I'll leave it at that because at the minute I need to mess about with the tracker and the alarm, reposition and rewire them, and I don't want to film that. I want people to know where the tracker is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. She came back from the insurance after, I think it was 4 months? 156 days I think it was away. But she came back. I was on the road pretty much instantly after bending a few bits straight. It's one of those things. But yeah, she's oh, that tank looks so much better. Look, I've just got to show you the tank. Look. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? It's even got the original stickers on. Yeah, I'll peel them off at some point. And yeah, empty tank. That was the light I was ignoring. That was a bit of a mistake. But at least if the E is flashing, the gauge is working. The whole gauge is flashing, then the gauge isn't working. There's a fault, like the sensor's not right. Yeah, I'll get it put back together. I'll do that. Yeah, like I say, I want to mess about with the tracker, so we'll get it sorted out. Anyway, till next time.